Where is God coming from? Imagine our own Bible starts with an impossibility. It is forcing you to believe it. In the beginning, God created. Wait a minute. Explain God. Where is he? Who is his mother? No, you are not hearing. Any book will start with once upon a time there was a great mountain. This one says God created. Wait a minute. So we just need to believe from now. Brother, start from somewhere. Let's understand what you are saying.
Don't quite yet. Here's the part will shock you.
God, by definition, is the uncreated creator of the universe. Now hear this. On earth, everything comes from something. Now, you see, tell your neighbor, understand. On earth, everything comes from something. That's why we need God to come from somewhere. Because the rules that control the earth say anything comes from. But the rules that control the realm that is outside the earth, anything can be self-existent. So you are trying to get God to operate upon the rules of the earth where he doesn't stay. All right. If you get a bag of wheat now, marijuana now. Go out there, go by the central police station, sit down and start. That's when you realize you're not as clever as you thought. Fly now to Washington, D.C. with the same spliff. The immigration officer will even ask you for one. Because the laws there permit it. But the laws here don't. You are trying to say, God, the weed is allowed here. God says, in my world, it is not allowed. So rules are different from the worlds we are coming from. God is coming from a world that is outside the earth. So he can come from nothing. Now you're missing that. Are you getting this now? Are you getting this? You remember the time space continuum? In the beginning, number one. In the beginning, time. God created the heaven, space. Are you getting this? If you think about it, you realize one thing. That there is time, there is space, and then there is matter. These three things have to occur all at once according to physics for everything to happen. And our Bible starts with the three. That's physics. Time, space, matter. In the beginning, time. God created the heaven, earth, matter. It's the only book that agrees with science. Okay, maybe you don't understand why they need to exist, three of them. I'm still not, I don't want to go there, but I have to digress. In the beginning, time. Then you have heaven, space. So time, when did it happen? Now, if we have time and space and no matter, what will you put in space? And when will you put it in space? Time, space, no matter. If you have matter and you have space, we understand you can put matter in space. But when? Oh, they still didn't get it. Are they getting it? If you have space and time, what will you put in space? So the three have to coexist, or rather, to exist all together for that to happen. Now hear this. The Bible starts exactly with the laws of physics. Before we even talk about let there be, God had already fixed the physics. The science of it is done. But we believe it without the science. Because we're already drunk. Let me show you some kind of drunkenness before we go. Chapter 38. Please. The man of God dealt with just a part of the scriptures that were there. I want it in the Message Bible. Are you here or have gone home? Are you sure? Look at this. I love the message. I think you know that. And now finally God answered. Are we getting it? Job, from the eye of violent storm, he said, why do you confuse the issue? You know, when your mother asks you this question, it's not a problem. When God, you know, some of you are used to just talking to God like that. You know, just like, hey, my house, my car. God says you're confusing issues. Just imagine while you're needing, you are confusing issues. You go like, God, you know, let's talk here. My problem. Hear this. Notice what God does. He's so theatrical. God is so theatrical. My brother Benjamin used to say these things. He says, God is so dramatic, he can pick an 18-pound hammer just to strike a housefly or a bee that is about to land on you. Not clip. No. 18 pounds. What are you thinking? Where do you want to land? Now, he spoke to Job from the violent eye of the storm. Let me get my people here because these are already gone. Why do you confuse issues? Why do you talk without knowing what you're talking about? Pull yourself together. Job, up on your feet. Stand tall. I have some questions for you. And I want some straight answers. Where were you when I created the earth? Miracles you need, they need new wine for you to accept them, because you will never believe them if I tell you they're going to happen. Imagine the time I spent 1 year talking that miracle man will happen. Imagine when I mentioned that you were there in that old HICC, when I mentioned and said this thing here. I think it's the second best conference room facility now, the HICC, after the hippodrome. Anyway, that's not the story. Let's go. When I called that person and I said, she said, my husband is about to divorce me. I've just come from the hospital. They confirmed it's a baby girl and I'm going into labor anytime soon. And my husband doesn't want it. I said, I change it into a boy. I said, go to the hospital now. So I have no appointment. I said, go there. She went there, bought that until they checked and it was a boy. What had happened? Madness. I stood in front there. The newspaper, one of the newspapers here, had sent a lady with a pregnancy to the church, HICC. Remember those days? At the back, and I called her out. I said, you're waiting for me to say you are 9 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. It's a fake pregnancy. Remove that thing you put in the and she had to remove it like this. It takes mental sickness or wine for you to be able to even prophesy a name of a person. What if they say that's not my name? Have you not noticed that when I'm prophesying, I argue with people? I say your mother's name is George. Was it Mary? A guy in Dubai. It's Mary, right? Yeah, you were there. Mary. And I'm prophesying. I say your name is Mary. Everyone went like, no, the mother. And he was like this. So yes, man of God, it's Mary. I said, speak loud. His name is Mary. You remember TB Joshua when he used to speak, you'll be like, so my brother, God loves you. I'm saying this. You bury something like a charm under the compound. The man is like, yes. Say, huh? He was hearing it, but he was like, no, you need to say it loud. How can you say when I've gotten it right? You say, say, huh? Say, yes, it's, huh? Are you speak now? Huh? He's hearing it. I say, your name is Mary. The whole church, you could tell. Everyone is like, something is wrong here. And boom. I heard that man was arrested, right? The 8-year-old thing here. The man is now in jail. hearing what I'm trying to say now? Hear me. Upon your feet stand tall. Watch this. Watch this. Ever heard of the Maharishi of Kealis? Ever heard of him? Ever heard of Sadhu Sundar Singh? Sadhu Sundar Singh was a great man. He was walking towards Tibet one time, and he was moving in the mountains like that. He fell after staying hours with God. Drunk in the spirit, he fell into a hole. And when he got there, he found a man, the Maharishi of Kealis. 400-year-old man. 400 years. See, I've said 400 years. Do you know what that has done to you? Like never can be. Number one, you were told by the white people that the oldest man is 109 years old. Go to Nigeria. I saw a woman of 149 years. And they still argue that that one is not 149 years. One of my sister's in-laws in Mashingo there was talking about when the white people came into this, I think 19 or something. She was already a girl like 14, 15 there. And still strong. Nothing. No shaking. No walking stick. And she's describing the time the white people came in. At that time. When they were talking about white people around. Imagine. They are talking. It's the same thing people do when they talk about Miss World. Oh, Miss World is one. Have they even come to my house and seen Baby Angel? No. They just talk. I don't know if you are hearing what I'm talking about. Hey, Miss whatever, Mr. World, strong man, Mr. World, lifting up rocks like this. Say, hey, the strong man. I have an angle. We used to get into the crow, take one bull, put it here, another one go like this. You are talking nonsense. Come to Zaka there. So we don't have an X to kill anything. We used to laugh with one of my uncles. We had a hand like a, like a shovel. We even used to nickname him that. One. You wake up following year. You have no idea. You have no idea. The reason why these stories become difficult for you is because of one thing. You're not drunk enough to know there is a realm where these things can occur. This is why they doubt the miracles that happen. When we say there is this issue,